So I did leave, went through boot camp, never heard from him the entire time I was going through boot camp. Went to my training school. I don't think I heard from him then either. I just figured we moved on. If we did right, I honestly don't remember. If we spoke on the phone, I don't remember. I was focused on what I'm there to do and make the most of my time there and enjoy the moment. Be in the moment. Then I get to my first duty station in Japan. I thought I had moved on. I met someone at the training school, and I think I was settling. This guy couldn't keep his lips to himself. So, why I thought that would work out, I couldn't even tell you. But, so, a few months in Japan, that relationship dissolved. Not of my choice, but when it's over, it's over. I understand. Silence speaks volumes, folks. So I'm only going to take so much silence before I accept, okay, there is no us anymore. I am officially single. I give it time, though. I give myself ample amount of time to where I feel I've done everything within my power to make it work, and now there's nothing to work on. So, about a month before, maybe 2 months before, I'm scheduled to leave to finish my tour there, I get an invitation in the mail. So I don't remember giving my crush the mailing address to write to me, but I received an invitation to his wedding. Yes. So, to understand how things were back then, at the time, cell phones were still not a thing yet. And what we had back then were very thin plastic calling cards. You basically had an account with a phone number. That was your phone number. And that card, you put money on it, or no, you use it to make calls wherever you are. And a lot of folks in the military, this is perfect, this is convenient, because it doesn't matter where you are. You just use this card, and whatever country codes needed to dial out of that country to the United States from any phone. So it doesn't matter whose phone it is. Wherever you are, you get the bill, you pay the bill, just like you do monthly. So I used the calling card, and I went to a payphone somewhere on the curve of some street on the base, and I called him. I think, no, I called him from my room, I remember. Someone, I don't think I had the phone, I think my roommate had the phone. So I borrowed the phone using my card so she wouldn't get charged. And I called him, spoke with him. I told him I got his invitation. He was excited And he said something to the effect of, um, the timing of the wedding should be about the time when I'm due back. So maybe we were writing at the time. Maybe we were still keeping in touch because he knew I would be there for a year and more or less when I left. So he knew roughly when I'd be back and had, I guess, worked out wedding plans to happen around the time I am to return. And I told him, I can't. I know the movie with Julia Roberts came out and Cameron Diaz, My Best Friend's Wedding. I did not want to be Julia Roberts' character in any way possible. But I was crying on the phone when I told him, you're breaking my heart again. I cannot stand there as your friend and watch you walk down the aisle when my whole childhood I saw that being you and I. So I said, I don't dare ruin it for her. I don't think it's fair for her that I show up. I didn't know to what degree his fiance knew of me or how much she knew of me, how much he had shared of our relationship. And I will tell you this, when I first spoke with him, the first time he called me, I had a conversation with God afterwards, and I told God, look, I don't know what your plans are for us, for me, for him. And but I said, if we are not meant to be together, to get married and have children, have a family, and if that's not our future, then please let him always be a part of my life. I can't see not having my best friend in my life. And I begged God, if this isn't the route that we're meant to go, just be sure he's always a part of my life. And I meant that. I really did. To this day, I've always wished him happiness, true happiness. And I told him, I really hope she treats you right. I hope she makes you happy. Because that's what I want. Even if it's not with me, I want you to be happy. I meant it. It hurt to say it, and apparently it hurts to recall those feelings from way back then. Whew. But I did, I meant it. And I still do. I really do. I hope he's happy. So, he started venting to me about these things that he said were bothering him about her. I don't know her, so I can't speak on her, her person, her character. I don't think it's right. It's not my place to speak of someone I don't know. But I said, look, when it's all said and done, can you live with all those little things that are bothering you about her? And he got quiet. I said, can you? Can you get past all those little things? If you can't, if you know in your mind that it's always going to bother you, then you have to ask yourself if that is what you want to do. But I said, I can't be there at your wedding. And he said, he needs his best friend there. And I told him, look, when they get to the part and they ask, is there anyone here who objects to this union? I won't be able to stop my hand from shooting straight up and tell you, yes, in the eyes of God, I don't agree with this union. I didn't want to be the one to ruin it for her, to embarrass him, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he was hoping for something memorable in that wedding video. I was not going to be the one to contribute. Oof. Wow. I apologize. I didn't think I was going to tear up. I care. I really do. I care for him still to this day. Even though he may never know. Maybe he believes that, and I hope he does. Because he will always hold a place in my heart till the day he dies. And my understanding is that he does have a few children. I hope that keeps him young and happy. And I'm glad if things worked out for him. I'm really glad. So he we do connect on Facebook, our lives. We share. I haven't seen it in a while. I don't know if I turn notifications for his life off or what. Excuse me. But let me jump forward several years. When I was in the beginning stages of my divorce, and I was with the idiot for 21 years, at this point, I was on speaking terms with my mother, and I was at her apartment. We were having a conversation. She was in the kitchen doing something. I was on the other side of the counter. I think it's supposed to be the dining area. It was very small. So, but somehow he came up. I don't know why. I don't recall how, whatever the conversation was. But I'm pretty sure I had mentioned to her that in my mind, growing up, I thought that we would be, the fairy tale would come true and we would be together. Blah blah blah. Silly, I know. She went off. She said she was very upset, and I said, because apparently I think he's married and I hope he's happy. And she was like, oh, he was never going to marry you. Like, thanks a lot, wench. I was like, the hell? We had long conversations almost every day throughout our senior year of high school. I said, why would you? Where are you coming with that? I said, what are you talking about? She said, he was never going to marry you because his parents would not allow. I said, what do you mean? They are Pentecostal. I busted out laughing. I said, well, that's a good thing. And of course, my mother was even livid with me. That's not okay. And I said, no, no, no. You don't understand. He has his standards. If his parents raised him uh, to, take these standards to heart, and if he is very passionate about his religious beliefs, guess what? I can respect that. So am I. I if I am Catholic, there's no way I was going to convert to Pentecostal. There is clearly, in his eyes, probably no way that he would ever convert to Catholicism. I can respect that, folks, because that's what you want. If that's what you're looking for your future till death do you part, you have a list of non-negotiables at the top. And then after that, negotiable, things you can work with. And if his non-negotiable, one of those, even if it's number 1 or number 3, but if his non-negotiable is religion, I can accept that, because then that means I'm not the reason this was never going to work. It's not me. It's the religion. And I'm okay with that. I really am. I ended up with someone who was a big mistake, but one of my non-negotiables is that he be one of the religions that I grew up in. One of those was Catholicism. And I can respect that. I really can. And that gave me so much peace. Pissed off the wench, but it gave me so much peace. If that's really truly the reason, then of course we'll never know, because she's full of caca in so many ways. So it could be true, could be just a tale she spun. Thank you guys for a moment of your time, for sharing a piece of my history, my life. I hope it's brought you some joy, some tears, some memories, and some things to reflect on. Be nice to each other. See you later, people.